Hello YouTubers, Mike Birch here. Today I'm gonna be doing like a little overview of my kayak, a walkthrough of how I rig it. Um, so I'll start from the front, just work my way back. So when I go fishing, I do a lot of fishing in the Verde River and different creeks, Oak Creek, um, smaller lakes, and I end up doing a lot of wade fishing. So I have to pull my kayak behind me. So I use this. It's just off a generic piece of exercise equipment. I think like a stretching band or something. Anyhow, it has a floating handle. It works really well. That way if you drop it, you just pick it right back up off the water. Really like this, and I think I just had it laying around. I don't know. I put some different shot cord on here than was standard that came with the old one. Wore out. It was a little smaller diameter. I think that the little bigger diameter for me works well. Anyways, I just picked that up online off of Amazon.com, I think, and you can get all kinds of different colors and things like that. Got the Jackson rod tip protector right here. These things are great. Like if you're going down the river, or you're in some reeds or something, you get into a thick spot. This just keeps your rods from breaking. I've had a lot of a lot of times where I've had rods bend back. Luckily, they haven't broken. On this side, I got my version of a no-drill anchor trolley. I just have a really cheap little bungee cord here. A really cheap carabiner that my niece had laying around, and then just a little pulley thing here. I don't know what you'd call that. And then I just got some standard camo rope here, and it goes back along the kayak here to just a stainless steel ring, and that's what I use for an anchor trolley, because I use a stakeout pole pretty often, and I mean that just works perfectly for me. Nothing fancy, and it was super cheap, do-it-yourself type thing. I think I picked it up off the internet somewhere. Someone else had did that. Going back a little bit, speaking of the stakeout pole, this is one I made. I got all the stuff from Home Depot. It's just a shovel handle, and I took a piece of steel stock that they had in the hardware department, and I don't remember the diameter, but I mean, since it's in the same store, you can just take and check the diameter and make sure it fits. But I took a Sawzall and I cut this at an angle to make for a sharp point to go into the mud right here, and then I just stuck it down in there with a little bit of Gorilla Glue, and this thing works amazingly. I had it painted. I used the rubberized paint. That was not a good idea. It did not stick well. I'm gonna have to go back with something like, I don't know, something comparable to Rhino Liner maybe, that I can use that'll hold up a little better. But this has really worked well for me, and it works when a lot of other stakeout poles don't. See a lot of other guys using like PVC ones and stuff, and this kind of performs better when it's real rocky or whatever. You can really get rough with it, and it just works. Enough about that. Alright, a little further back, this is my hog trough here. I use it for a lot of online tournaments, bass fishing tournaments and stuff. It's just, for a rule so that you can show the size of your fish. Made a couple improvements on it. On this side, you'll see that I just took a marker and went along all the lines. For whatever reason, all the lines are white and you can hardly see them, and that's not good if you want to count, get all the points you can in a tournament or whatever. So you want to really be able to see the markers, and so I recommend doing that if you pick up a hog trough. Got this one from ack.com. Just ordered it online. They were real good. Sent it to me right away. Some of the other improvements I made is I took like the door insulation or window insulation, I guess. I'm not sure what it is. It's just round insulation you can find, once again, in any hardware store. It comes in a big roll, and it just fits right back here. You don't have to put anything in it, no glue or anything. It just clicks right back into the back of here, and then if you drop it into the water, then it floats. And so you don't, because these things sink really fast if you don't put something like that in there. I've lost one before. So but this helps it float so that you can just pick it back up. And then also I added some heavy-duty industrial Velcro, and it just helps keep my boat a little more organized, so I can put this up out of the way, because usually I have my dogs with me too, and so they tend to step on everything. And gotta have the pliers. Those are always, you know, something you need to have. But I took this is a keychain, or like I guess a card holder that I got from a casino for joining the Players Club. As a matter of fact, thank you, Choctaw Casino. uh, I use these. I have like several of them, just because everybody gave them to me when we went on our trip, and they work great for holding pliers and things like that. And it just, you know, keeps you from dropping it overboard, or, you know, if a fish flops or whatever, it doesn't knock it out of your hands. So I recommend using something like this. You know, if you don't want to lose it, leash it. That's what they say. Back here, I have my life jacket. I just use a basic NRS one. They're a good name brand. They're pretty comfortable. They make nicer angler ones and stuff like that. I just bought this a while ago, and, you know, I mean, it works good enough that I just haven't wanted to upgrade. But that's what I use. Not a huge fan of the color, but that's all they had at the time. But I guess it is visible, you know what I mean, and that's always a good thing in a kayak. I have the Jackson seat in high position because I have pretty good balance, and you know, I like that you can store a lot of stuff under the seat when you have it in that position. So that's usually how I keep mine. I throw a landing net underneath there. I use these just because you don't want to have that, you know, that monster fish come right up to your boat and then spit the hook in your face. So I use these so that way, you know, kind of increase my odds of landing them. If you don't use one of these, I recommend it. I do want to get the rubberized version of the net because lures tend to get stuck in this fabric right here. So if you're thinking about getting one of these, I recommend the rubberized version. I'll probably be upgrading to that here soon. Going back a little further, I just have this is just a Ram Tube Junior. I use that. It kind of keeps your reel up a little higher. It's the, you know, water and stuff doesn't get on it. Just, and, you know, you can, if you want to, if you want to troll, you know, if you want to, you know, I don't really do a lot of trolling, but, you know, if you do trolling, you can use these for that. And I just mainly use it for a holder, though, just a little closer to me than these flush mounts are. And then on the other side, I have a little different style ram holder, and I like this one. That's usually the one I end up using. Back here, you'll see a lot of people have like black packs or J crates, things of that nature, or they'll use an actual milk crate. I actually like to use this because I don't generally carry more than 2 rods on me. I usually just stick with 2 rods, and so I don't need all the rod holders around it. And I like this because, I mean, it's a backpack. I can just throw it on, and like I said, I do a lot of wade fishing, or I go to areas, you know, like to scout out different areas, and I'll take this with me. That way, if I need anything, I have immediate access to it. So, you know, I can keep, you know, terminal tackle, crankbaits, and jerkbaits, and all my other stuff. I just keep everything in here, and you know, it has its upsides and downsides. You know, those crates are super nice, but this is just a little more versatile for me, and it's what I like to use. You'll see back here, I do something a little different. Jackson has its own way to hold the seats to the kayak. Some of you might know what this is, but it's called a rip restraint, but I use it to hold on my seat. And I just loop it around the back of the seat here, and then it just clips on right here, and it just makes sure that you don't lose your seat if you flip over, because like I say, I do fish rivers, so, you know, there's a chance of that. Even if you know what you're doing, you can still turtle it. Coming back here a little further, I have this is a little trick I learned from Rex Del Rey. If you guys don't follow him, you should. He's really knows his stuff, and you'll learn a lot from him. Great YouTuber. This is just a Shoreline paint stick, and I just put a GoPro mount on it. This is just a Crown Royal bag I usually keep my camera in, but it makes the seating it in the flush mount holder a little tighter. And basically, you just put that in. It stays like really, it stays in there really good. But you can extend this out like that, and you get that over the shoulder shot that, you know, so many kayakers do. It's just a really good way to get some film. I like it. It's not perfect, but you know, if you're rocking back and forth, it does shake a little bit, so it's not perfect, but I do like that. And you can, you know, it's versatile. You can use it as a selfie stick or whatever you want to do. You can, you know, use the rod holders to use this and kind of get some different shots that are not so standard. And then I did buy the ruddered model, but that's pretty much it. I keep it pretty basic because, like I said, you know, if you flip over and lose a couple $100 worth of gear, that's, you know, it's not so fun. So I try to keep it as basic and simple. Please, you know, comment below if you have any questions, or if you know, you have any recommendations. I'm always open to hear stuff like that. And thank you for watching.